Today in California, the House Judiciary Committee will hold a border crisis hearing in the San Diego sector. They're going to be examining the effects of the Southwest border crisis as well as the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. NewsNation correspondent Allie Bradley joining us now with the details on this. Allie, good morning to you.
Yeah, hey, good morning, Marni. Another trip for Republicans down here at the southern border. This time it's the House Judiciary Committee members that are going to be holding that field hearing in just mere hours down here in the San Diego sector to really highlight California perspectives. This area, the San Diego sector, has been leading the way when it comes to these illegal encounters that we're seeing at the southern border. So, of course, these lawmakers wanted to get a lay of the land before the hearing. NewsNation had an exclusive front row seat, literally, as we rode along with the convoy to one of the border crossing hotspots. This is known as Whiskey 8, where as we arrived, we encountered 5 migrants who had come through a gap in the wall looking to self-surrender to Border Patrol. So we actually had the opportunity to talk with them. They told us that they didn't know about the Biden administration's legal pathway through the CBP1 app. One man from India even said that he had asylum in Brazil, but the crime was out of control there, so he chose to come to the United States. A father and daughter duo from Guatemala and a mother and her 8-year-old daughter from Colombia say they paid the cartel thousands of dollars to cross here. Now, none of them were concerned about being returned to their home countries, confident that they would be able to stay. All of them reporting they have family here in New Jersey, California, and Arizona. Representative Andy Biggs's state.
And until you actually disincentivize these folks from coming, I mean, they look like they might have had some distress as well getting over here. You cannot just circumvent the legal pathway for coming into this country, which allows about 1 million people in, more than all the rest of the world combined. So you have to say, I'm sorry, you can't be here.
Okay, so Marni, one of the other big concerns and focus for these lawmakers is the flow of deadly fentanyl pouring across the border. This sector rivaling the Tucson sector when it comes to fentanyl being seized at the border. Now, the team was able to get restricted access to what they're calling the fentanyl locker. That's where the drugs are kept after they are confiscated at these ports. That one specifically was the Otay Mesa port here in San Diego, and that's where they were able to kind of get a firsthand look at what exactly is pouring across the border and what they're seizing. Marni.
You know, Allie, you've been on this for years at the border, and we see a lot of these lawmaker visits, right, photo ops in Texas and Arizona, but California in particular, the sector where you're at, few and far between. What have been some of the frequency of crossings there and recent news events that have focused attention where you are?
Yeah, so obviously I've been all along the border, and this is one of the first times I've been in the San Diego sector with lawmakers. So this is few and far between, but the San Diego sector, as we mentioned, it's not only leading the nation when it comes to these migrant encounters, but it is also leading when it comes to fentanyl seizures as well. Again, a big focus for them down here. So let's break down some numbers of what we're seeing when it comes to those seizures. More than 5,000 pounds have been seized this year in the San Diego sector. That's nearly a third of the total along the southwest border. Now, overall, agents have seized 17,000 pounds in fiscal year 2024. That is a 26% drop from last year's record haul. Now, despite the decrease, the past 3 years have seen 58,000 pounds seized, which could amount to 13 billion potentially fatal doses. Now, it is worth noting that what's seized there, Marni, is only at the ports. That is not what Border Patrol is seizing on the interior. So that is another issue as well. We see a lot of seizures that make it through the ports of entry, and then Border Patrol gets them on kind of the second line of defense. Now, it's also worth noting here, Marni, we mentioned lawmakers coming down to California. We have reached out to just about every lawmaker, every official here in San Diego County and in this area. When it comes to the Democratic side, not one gave us a response, Marni.
Interesting. All right, Allie, we'll see you again in the next hour. Want to go back? Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.